Hi, and welcome to the second episode of Luke vs. Steam. I'm Luke Shillibeer, and today I'll be playing AI War. Luke Shillibeer, aka Kiwa, because everyone cares about that. Just before I begin, it's only the second episode, so I'm going to go over what I've been doing. Basically, I got a lot of Steam games, no idea how I did it. When I reinstalled Steam on a fresh box, I realized I'd never played most of them, so decided I'm going to play through all of them alphabetically. I'm going to play through to a point where I feel like I've done the game. I've played the game to its satisfaction, my satisfaction, and your satisfaction, because there are going to be some games that are pretty difficult to figure out where the end of is. So, without further ado, I'm going to get back to AI War. First episode is up on YouTube, and underneath here, probably, if you're looking on Twitch TV, there is the first episode as well. It's probably labeled as such. So if you want to watch the first, I played through the first 3 tutorials of this game. Not difficult, but time consuming. I go over a lot of what the game's about in that episode. This episode, I'm not going to be going into quite as much detail, but we'll still learn the game. I haven't played much of it, so let's learn. And without any further ado, let's get in the game. Hello, people. Let's hope it doesn't crash, because it's been crashy lately. Nope, looks like it's happy. Excellent. Cool. Alright, we played through 1, 2, and 3 in the first stream that I did. So I'm going to go directly into the intermediate tutorial, which is essentially a simulation of the campaign, or a campaign. It also does play you through some stuff. I've done this a bit while in between this episode and the last one, played about half of it, I'm guessing, but let's get into it. So we start off with a bunch of stuff built for us already, which is nice. I don't know how much in-game you actually start off with typically, but we start off with quite a lot in this. We start off with enough to let us not get killed immediately, which is nice. Blah blah blah. This is only 10 planets, which apparently is very unusual and difficult to win in a normal game. So when I actually play through, which will be probably the next episode, or maybe the episode after that, I'll be playing with about 40 to 80 planets, probably 60 or so. That's what they recommend as the best amount of planets for the correct game experience, so we're going to do that. In this, we're just going after 10, because it teaches us how to play, or something, I don't know. The AI will act with full tactical ability. The AI will not issue strategic commands, blah blah blah. Apparently I can win this campaign just by killing everything, but they say it's a bad idea, so probably going to do what they say. Let's get started. You can follow the commands in any order. Alright, so what we're going to start off doing, we're really undefended. There are enemies on the other side of these 3 wormholes, as you can see, with little red dots that I somehow have vision on. So what I'm going to start off doing is go into the build menu. Let me build myself some turrets. First of all, 1 tractor beam turret at every wormhole. Holding down shift, which lets me not have to click down the bottom. I'm just zooming in and out. And I'm trying, when I'm doing this, to keep the outside circle here sort of closer to closer towards my main base, because when they come through, when the AI comes through, they're going to make a beeline for my base and try to kill it. So I want to cover as much area. There they are. Oh, good, look at them. I want to cover as much area as I can with as few turrets as possible, because in the game you do not get a lot of extra stuff. So this is a game of minimalist behavior. If you can get away with nothing, get away with nothing. I'm going to set up a build queue. Yep, that didn't set it up. This is just going to build a whole bunch of fighters. Where was that ship? Oh, there we go. It's going to build 1 fighter, 1 bomber, and 1 missile frigate. Yeah, whatever. Let's put in a standard fighter as well. Whatever. Let's put in an anti-armor ship as well. I might turn down the sound just a little bit. So I don't know how loud that is for you. It's kind of in my way. Oh, there you go. Explosion sounds, weapon sounds. Safe. Cool. So yeah, I'm basically just setting that up. What I'm also going to do is auto free roam defend military and auto free roam defend engineers. That means that whenever these guys get built, they essentially go into pink mode. Pink mode makes them go and attack stuff when it comes out of the wormholes, which is really nice. I'm going to make my economy a little stronger by building 5 engineers. Hold down control, builds 5, don't know why, just does, lots of fun. What I've done here is basically what it said to do. Oh wait, send scouts out, I don't have to do that. Let's go, I have 2 scouts. You get to go there. You get to go there. Alright, so it wants me to go and scout out as many of the undefended worlds as possible. Let's see what happens here. It dies immediately. This one gets away. Oh, no, didn't get away. On the minimap now, we can see enemy ships. Down the bottom right-hand corner, you can see enemy ships. There's 16 bombers, 18 frigates, blah, blah, blah. Not that many. The other place we went to had a lot more. It has like, I don't know, 60, 80, 90, blah, blah, blah. Too many for us to deal with right now. Send out scouts. What does it want me to do? Right. Oh, okay, I have to build them there as well. It wants me to scout all the planets, so I'm just going to build a scout ship. I'm going to let me build a scout drone. That's not nice. Build scouties. And yeah, because there's engineers building on this, it's building a lot faster. I have a research laboratory here. I have absolutely no idea how to find out how much research is left on the planet. So if anyone knows, email me. lukeversussteam@gmail.com, because I have no idea. We might actually get to see these guys go out and defend. I don't know why they're not doing it. They must know that the missiles are going to kill it. Oh, there we go. There's some. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to grab one of them. Oops. One scout is now going to go through to Ionis, and it's going to get killed immediately because there's big enemy force on the other side. But we have to wait for that to happen. Speed it up a little. Alright, this is kind of what I did last time as well. Why am I still selecting that? You guys, scouts over there. Alright, so let's grab all of each class and put it in a different area. Unfortunately, you can't set different waypoints for different ships, or at least I'm not aware of it, or different ship types. At least I'm not aware that you can. So at the moment, everything's just going to bundle up in this one big bunch here, and I'm just going to have to separate it out every now and again. There's no great reason to do so, other than the fact that at a glance I can sort of tell a little better where my stuff is, and I can split it up a bit better. So if I wanted to go and attack Lochlai and Vibark at the same time, I just feel like it's easy for me to go, oh, yeah, I'll take my fighters and my bombers and go over to somewhere. Maybe it's just my crazy desire to organize the world showing. Everything's on free roam, and there's also one more thing I want to build. Free roam defend, not clean up. I want to build remains rebuilder. Remain rebuilder means that anything that gets killed in my system gets automatically rebuilt. It still costs money, I'm sure, but it means that my defenses, if a big wave comes through and it holds it off, if my defenses fall when a big wave comes through, it'll automatically get rebuilt if it can, if the rebuilder survives. So that's fun. We'll attack in a minute. At the moment, Lochlai looks like the easiest to take. Lochlai is, let's look on this map. Yeah, it's got one wormhole gate, or warp gate, sorry. It's got probably like 50 enemy ships or something. Oh, enemy ships, there you go, Mark 1, 81, there you go, that's not too bad. That's not bad considering we will have, in a minute, probably approximately 300 ships or something. Yeah, I mean I've got 91 bombers, 91 anti-bombers, 26 fighters, it's pretty pitiful. all my fighters. There you go, 96 fighters. We can see on this screen the maximum amount of fighters and things that we can have. Underneath it, it'll say. So at the moment, we just literally are out of all the things that we can build, except for anti-armor ships. So it's just really pumping them out. What I'm going to do is build one starship. Not a scout. Let's build a flagship. That seems like fun. I'm going to pop it out to here. Grab everything. Control group 1, and we're going to go through to Lockleye. Or Lockeye. Lockeye? Lockeye. Whatever. We can go through there and kill it pretty good. In fact, I could probably just do it with this. But I want a starship because they're fun. How much you got to build? 11 seconds. You guys can wait 11 seconds, right? You guys are super patient. Alright. You can sort of see the behavior of auto free defend here, with my ships noticing that the turrets aren't going to kill everything immediately. That's come through the wormhole, so they fly out there to try and do some damage. You'll also notice the engineers went out there to this turret that took some damage and repaired it up immediately. I find that really, really super helpful because stuff gets hurt, and when stuff gets hurt, it dies, and dying is bad. So, anyway, all my stuff is built, and I'm going to make sure, again, that stuff that I want is on. Ship movement defaults to group move. This game, as you may have noticed in little bits and pieces, is a spreadsheet of options. You gotta learn what they do, because a lot of the stuff I'm doing, even at what I feel like is a very basic beginner level, wouldn't work if I wasn't setting this stuff up. So it's a spreadsheet, but learn the spreadsheet. Let's go through to Lockleye. Oh wait, no, don't go through. Alright, it still wants me. Okay, for whatever reason, it thinks that my system's not defended well enough, so it wants me to build more turrets. So I'm going to build some. Laser turrets? Why not? Laser cool. I like lasers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. That'll do. Again, engineers, when I'm building, as long as they're set to free defend or whatever, free roam defend. There you go. As long as the engineers are set to free roam defend and aren't automatically guarding something, so if I right click on this, which is my ship building dock, with my engineers, they will go a different color, which is blue. Apparently they go blue and then purple. These guys will now not go out in this system and clean things up. I would have to set them back to normal free roam defend in order to do that. So, little things, but I don't say important, but interesting to know nonetheless. More you know. Let's all go through to Lockleye now. Are they happy with me yet? Yep, cool. I've built a lot of stuff. It wanted me to build 20 turrets, basically, I think was what it wanted me to do. Something like that. I built enough to make it happy, and that makes me happy. Alright, let's go through to Lockleye and watch as the shit unfolds. Yes, that is what an invasion looks like. Basically, I just run in there and do some damage. Holding down X and right-clicking sets my guys to attack move. I'm entirely sure that if I brought along, there has to be some sort of starship that that does repair as I'm in a battle. Because they talk about in one of the other tutorials, they talked at length about the fact that you have to establish beachheads and the blah 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 battles are like this. I can't imagine that there isn't like repair tool somewhere in there. Let's go here. Apparently we're just ignoring this entire section. We'll take out this. I would just like to say this is by far and away the easiest battle that you will ever see in this game. Usually what's happening right now is going to be happening to my systems. So you'll see my tiers rather than the AI, who can't cry because it's a computer. No. No tears for the computer. Tears for me. Alright. Almost got it. It's gonna go... Alright. And I want you to go and then kill this, which will piss everything off. Cool, so they're just gonna do their thing and kill off everything here. You guys can sort of just follow along while I'm doing this. What I'm going to do now is build a mobile builder and a colony ship. Yep. And also a force field generator. Although actually no, I won't, because I'm not sure that they can go through wormholes yet. I don't want to waste one on this area. Wow, you guys took ages. Alright, whatever. Uh-oh. 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 Run! My defenseless things are being killed. Alright. So, slow. Group move. Fat yak beer. Guess they hydrated. Just so people know, it's currently 11:45, and I'm going to go to work tomorrow morning at 7 AM. So after this is done, because I'll probably be doing this for about an hour, I'll be going to bed and I won't be able to sleep, and then I'll go to work and not be effective. So I'm doing it for you guys and for me, because I want to beat games on Steam and you guys want to watch me because it's fun to do. Alright, let's keep going, because otherwise I'm going to lose everyone and that would be sad. Alright, so I'm going to build an economic orbital command station, because right now I don't really understand what the difference between the military, the logistical and the economic ones are at the moment. There's a big chunk of text that explains it. I'm going to be honest and say I have not read it. Oh, there's one big thing. Here you go. Economic has 99,909 in health. Military has 1 million, so there's something. I'm guessing logistics has something crazy like that. Doubles allied move speed, gathers scout intel. There's a lot of things like that. If you notice, I can't point to it. Underneath in the big block of text there, economic orbital space station, gives you costs and things like that. It also gives you a huge amount of little bits and pieces that tell you stuff like warp detection, double allies movement speed, gathers scout intel, its immunities, its production, and then a blurb that tells you about it. I have no idea what 2/3 of this stuff says, what this stuff means, so I'm gonna learn. And I'll tell you when I know. But I don't know now, so I'm sorry. But for now, I know that building any command center, orbital command station, is the right thing to do. And I also know that I want to defend it. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to build... What am I going to build? Nothing yet, because that isn't built yet. I'm going to sit and build nothing, because that's fun. Turrets. I don't really think I need turrets in this system. It's like, if anything gets through this system, it's game over anyway, so I don't think I need it. If I'm proven wrong, then everyone can, I don't know, laugh in my face or something. Alright, build, construction. Is that a person? Rally post. I have no idea what that does. I'm sure I'll find out at some point. Metal harvester. See, this is really annoying. I don't really understand why this doesn't work. Oh, it's automatically done it. Okay. I was going to try to build crystal harvesters and metal harvesters on this, but apparently it does it for me? I don't know why. That's okay. I don't have to know. It's done what I needed it to do. Alright, let's get on with the next part of this tutorial. Uh-oh. Alright, so basically I did what it said and took over the thing. A wave of enemy bombers is heading for my planet in 3 minutes 50. Let's speed that up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to go and do something that I did in the last game. Last game, here's another important thing. This is exhausted because I've used up all the research that this planet has to offer. So I need to take it to a new planet so that I can get some new research. However, I'm also going to unlock standard bomber, standard fighter, and there was something else in here that was good. Advanced warp sensor. In this game, you can only build, like I was talking about earlier, there's a max cap limit on each individual unit that you can build. The cap limit is only limited to each tech level, so I can build 96 I've built 96 out of 96 standard fighters, and I'll be able, and that's all I can have of standard fighters. However, once I research standard fighter Mark II, I can have another 96 of that Mark II level fighter. So, because I'm maxed out, I'm going to get rid of my current queue, and I'm going to build all of the Tech 2 versions of the fighters and bombers that I can, and the engineers should really help out with that. Because Lochlai, which is the new world I've taken, is pretty well defended, being behind my main world, being behind Umfall, I'm going to take all of my units from Lochlai into Umfall, because 1, there is a wave of enemy units coming, and 2, I'm going to attack soon. Next thing is build some starships. I like these heavy bomber ones. It says that they take 11 minutes to build, but once my engineers decide to get on board, then it'll take much less time. Although I don't know really. They're all... Engineers are really, like I was saying before, I'm pretty sure you can bring along units that will repair as you go, and they might actually be engineers, because engineers, once these guys came back in the system, just got right all over that. Alright, engineers. Cool. How long is it now? It's 2 minutes. This did a lot of damage. It says it has 7 million health, which is, it seems to me like a lot when my starbase has 99,000 health. But whatever, I don't mind. Be freaking super uber tank, doesn't matter to me. Last game I was playing, I was doing this exact scenario, and it took this cluster of units freaking ages to take out just what seemed to be a normal unit. What do we go to Vibark after that? I think. And this, then I got one of these guys on the job, heavy bomber starships, and it just ripped through it. Crazy ripped through it. Faster than I thought seemed fair, to be honest. But that's okay. We'll see how it goes. The game before that, I pissed off the enemy AI, and they brought 700 units and just decimated me. So, and I know this is going to be the easiest game I ever play, so we'll see how it goes. Alright. I'm being invaded. No, bombers. Amazing graphics. Alright, that wave is gone. On to the next step. Next step in this tutorial / campaign is, now that the bomber wave has been taken care of, let's go take Vibark. Send another strike group either similar or even bigger to your last, which was this guy, which was way too big for what we wanted. Which is excessively large, is what I mean to say. Take at least 60 bombers against their force fields to slowly destroy it. That's what I was talking about before. I took the 60 bombers that they asked, and it took really long to kill some of the structures. Whereas when I brought along one of these... the starship? Here we go. This fancy pants heavy bomber starship. It just melted. So I'm going to bring along more heavy starships. Am I able to build any more? Let's see how much research I have. I've got 8k research, so I can afford to build another ship type, I think. Where are you, research vessel? Missile frigate? Missile frigate or anti-armor bomber? Missile frigate. That's sweet. Alright. Let's get some of these on the job. How many have I got left? Wow, they're taking ages. Alright. Have any more engineers? Build. How many engineers can I have? 34. Whatever, build on 5. That seems effective. Yeah, I really want to get... I don't know. Let's just keep going. I'm just going to invade Vidmark because I'm pretty sure I've got enough, and if I don't, well, I'll die. That'll be fun for everyone to watch. Again, holding down X. And because they're on group move, they are X moving to their most efficient, the most effective attack range and staying there, which is why you're seeing a bunch of different ranges. Although this is kind of strange behavior. I haven't seen them split up into 2 different groups like this before. Is everyone following the move command? Nope, they don't seem to be. That's cool. I don't really understand this game dynamic. There seems to be... They seem to be asleep. I'm not sure whether this is just because it's the tutorial and they don't want me to just get shit all over, but the enemy orbital command stations seem to always be surrounded by sleeping enemy units. Even when I come into their systems and start taking stuff out, they seem to just leave it alone. Yeah, you dead. You dead, wormhole thing. How much health you got? A lot. Way too much. Yeah, let's just leave that alone. I think I remember them saying just to leave these wormhole posts alone, because I can't kill them. Alright, let's go back and see what's going on. I'm going to build another mobile builder. Near Vidmark, and another colony ship, which will be going through pretty soon. No, everyone. This is actually, I kind of liked this game mechanic. The force shields are generated by this guy, and it actually shrinks, as in, it will if there were enemies around this outside area, as soon as it shrinks as soon as it shrinks to be smaller than where they are, I can start shooting at them, which I thought was kind of a cool feature. It means that they lose their defensive position bit by bit, which feels a little more realistic in an actual defensive situation, or an offensive, offense versus defense situation. I don't know, seems cool, just different. Yeah, so you can see the ones that get on the outside of it getting hurt, and it actually and the health of the generator is linked to the health of that shield that's decreasing in size, which I also thought was kind of cool, I suppose. I'm not sure exactly why. Pew pew pew. Alright, let's keep going. Am I being just torn to shreds? Here's another cool thing. If you capture, there are certain structures that are pretty important in this game to capture off the AI, because there's only so much that you can actually research and build yourself. For instance, I think the max tech cap that you can build is 3? 3? Correct. Whereas the maximum tech cap is in the vanilla game 5. That's 5, not 4. Uh-oh. Something just went crazy. No. Yes. Okay. The AI have access to research and fabricators that are level 4 and 5, probably level 3 as well. You can't build them, you can only capture them, and capturing them is it's a highly sought after game moment. You know, you really have to do that because you can't build them, they can. And it increases your unit effectiveness, because it's a highly powerful per unit, and also gives you an extra 96 units that are in 96 or whatever the amount is of units that you can use for whatever at any moment. And even in this game, I'm starting to realize that I'm going to run out of units pretty fast if I'm not careful. So having an extra 96 at any time is going to be helpful. Come on guys, you're going so slow. Alright. It's strange the way that this... Alright. We now effectively own this area. Those what are they called? Those defensive structures that were on top of the two wormholes, the Umfor wormhole and the Patuos wormhole, disappear when we kill the AI's orbital command station. Which is nice, because they were long range and hurty. I'm going to send through my colony ship and my builder went through the wormhole. Because I want to build a new base. Now, deciding where to build this is actually going to be a bit interesting. And they're going to constantly hassle me, which is really aggravating. And I've forgotten how to put them on kill mode. I think it's... Oh god, I don't know how to do it. Well, let's just do this now. Again, I'm building a economic, because, wait, no. Yep, economic, and building a force field. And the builder is going to go and sit under that. This is a much more difficult to defend system. It has 3 enemy worlds that are attached to it, and they're all going to be sending through constant little dribbles of reinforcements. So, as I had to do in the first system, which was Umfor, building these turrets in a defensive formation, I will also have to do in Vibark, because otherwise they're just going to nip away at me the whole time. It's going to be very annoying. Maybe F? Yeah, there we go. I don't know what they are. Whatever. Economic. I'm going to build another 5 of these guys, because having 5 of these per planet seems good, and I can move them around. I'm not going to build 5 per planet every time I build a new world, because I can only have a max of 39, and hopefully by the end of this I will have, I don't know, 4 or 5 worlds, and in a real game I will have 20, 25 worlds. So can't really deal with that. Let's build up some turrets. Again. Tractor beam, and a tractor beam. You can build basic turrets in sort of ring formation around. If you hadn't, like, just in case it isn't obvious by itself, the tractor beam turrets hold most, here we go, prevent locks onto a large number of enemy ships from moving. Does not mean or promise that it's going to grab every one, and it doesn't stop them firing. So they come in, they do damage, but they just can't move immediately out of the range of your turrets. Another trick I learned was if you have if you've got 1 or 2 wormholes that you're defending really heavily, you can build a force field generator over the wormhole, and it'll push the units outside of that wormhole, outside of that force field generator, onto, say, if you wanted to build, and I don't think I've mentioned them yet, you can build minefields, and you can push units off the force fields onto minefields, which is probably going to do a whole bunch of damage and help in a little way that it can to stop the constant ongoing waves. People describe that section of the game, or that component of the game, as very tower defense-like, and I sort of agree. Especially, put that in the wrong spot. Especially because once you build certain, what am I trying to say? Once you build a certain unit, just build a certain little guy, certain building, the advanced warp sensor, you actually get a warning time, and you'll see some flashing on the minimap when you're going to be attacked. And they will constantly just like send wave after wave after wave of little amounts of enemies, or a growing amount of enemies at you based on how much your AI progress is. Because I haven't gone over this stuff in this video, I'm going to go over it now. This is game time. This is metal. This is crystal. Technology, or knowledge, energy. I'm actually going to have to do something about energy, and I remember this was a pain. Energy collector. Not as painful as I expected. Tab. Build. Energy collector. There we go. Whatever. Energy and AI progress. Energy, each building that I build and each ship that I build takes up just an amount of energy, and it doesn't raise or lose. It's an absolute value. So I'll have 19,000 if I build something that takes up 1,000. It will immediately take 1,000 away as soon as it is active, and I won't gain that back over time until I either lose that unit or or that's it actually. I won't ever gain that back until I lose the unit or I win the game. AI progress is how pissed off the enemy is at me. I don't know. There are ways to make the AI progress go down, and there are many ways to make the AI progress go up. Research lets me build more science stuff, which I talked about last game. I don't really like the mechanic, but it'll do for now. And these are just my resources, metal and crystal. So that's about it for that stuff. That's about it for that information. Assuming you've been building ships, you should have 300 to 600 ships. Yeah, that's probably about accurate. I'm just going to build some more starships, guys. So just give me a minute to get that underway. I'm going to speed up the game so they build a bit faster. I'm also going to build that. Alright. What? Ah, there we go. Just wants me to scout. Alright, time to slow down a little bit. Buildy. I think I already built one on here. Cool. Alright, just going to build a space dock. Building a space dock here because this is going to be more frontline. I want to be able to reinforce really quickly, and more importantly, I want to know where the scouts are. Command ships. Oh man, I hate this spot. T. Oh, I'm not in here. Oh god. I'm just trying to find some scouts. That's one, good enough. I'm gonna build some back here, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure what my scouts are. Varmark! Ooh, we get a little thing with a drone. That's cool. Aeonis. My apologies if this gets a bit screwy, I'm just trying to figure out my stuff is. Ah, there we go. Let's see if I can get one through. So again, here's something cool. You can select units on the planetary map, push tab, go through to the galaxy map, right click, or just move your units onto one of these stars and they'll make their way through the required wormholes. So if I had a ship here, like this for instance, we'll do it. The science lab. It's done here. Let's pretend like it's done here and I want to move it to Varmark. That will make my guy go from Umfall, go through Umfall, go from the Lochlai gate to the Varmark gate, come through and pop out here. Which obviously is it's a nice feature, but not particularly advanced or crazy or anything. Just nice. Alright. In fact, I'm pretty sure you can do other things like issue move command. So right click, click here. No, you can't do that. Apparently my selection is per planet, which is interesting. So let's just move them through. What I was saying there is I thought that I'd be able to go to one planetary map, select a bunch of units, go to a different planetary map, so select some in Umfall in the planetary, go to Varmark, right click and have them all follow that move command. It didn't actually work. My selection on this page was this group of fighters, whereas my selection on that planet was that group of fighters. I had a different selection here, so let's just say that was my selection. I tried to move these to here, didn't work. I came back to here, and this was automatically selected. Which I think is interesting. It wants me to do something, but I can't figure out what it is. Maybe build more turrets? I'll build some missile turrets to make it happy. I like missile turrets. There's some range. Lightning turrets, they're cool. 1, 2, and 3. We'll also build, as I built in the last one, a remains bloody blue, because they're cool. And they make my remains bloody blue. Building, building, building. Oh, that's what I haven't done, okay. Build. Actually, I want it there. Okay, have done that. Not entirely sure what it... Oh, okay. For whatever reason, my scouts did not do what I asked them to. So that's a bit annoying. Okay. Let's see what I got. Okay. Doesn't look like I'm going to go into part 2, so that's 700 Mark IIs. Yunsdale has 200. That's pretty doable. And Ionis has 800. Okay. 2 enemy waves are coming from my new planet, so they're going to try to come in here. I'm going to build a lot more turrets. You still playing? Yep, cool. So up the top here, it's just telling me that a whole bunch of space tanks and a whole bunch of cloaked ships of unknown variety are going to come through in 2 minutes. I feel like I'm pretty prepared on this planet. I'm going to try and grab my research vessel because I don't want it to die. Put it under the force field. Aside from that, I'm kind of just going to let whatever happens happen. Okay. Yeah, right. It's basically just saying up here in the top, if you have idle military ships, you might want to bring them here to defend. I already have everything here, so that's good. If you want to know when the waves will arrive, you can build advanced warp sensors. I already did that, which was this thing I stumbled over the words for earlier. We've got enemies incoming now. So that was that. We survived. It said also if your economy seems poor in general, you can unlock higher tier economic command centers. And by unlock, it means... Let's slow down time a little bit here. It means go to here, go to my research dude, and unlock Metal Harvester 2, Crystal Harvester 2, and upgrade to my orbital command stations. It told me, or it's saying that the harvester upgrades happen automatically, but the orbital commands have to be replaced manually by building a colony ship and building the desired replacement. Apparently I can have a Mark 1 orbital command station and a Mark 2 orbital command station in the same planet. Although I'm not sure I can't have 2 of the Mark 1s, so nor am I sure what advantage that would even bestow upon me. It's telling me, okay. That's why. It's telling me to look at this screen, to look at the part shows intel, because I can't read it properly. What it's telling me is that it has an advanced research station, and a data center. The data center is going to be good to kill, because as I was saying earlier, the AI progress meter is telling you how annoyed that AI is at you, and how much they're going to try and kill you. And, no, that's fine. And reducing the AI progress meter can only be done in a number of ways. One of those ways is to destroy data centers. Advanced research stations allow me to advance my research. Wow. Allow me to access advanced research, which I couldn't otherwise get, because I can't build advanced research stations. I can only acquire them from the AI. So let's do that. Wow. Okay. What have I got in system? Layer starships. You guys are all going to be in one big group. Okay. I have 700. I have a couple of... Yeah, I've got about what it says. And I'm going to go through Port Charles. I'm going to build... Because I haven't been doing this prior to the last few ones, I'm going to do it now. Mobile Builder and Colony. And let's go to Port Charles. You can see that as I do these attacks, the AI progress, AI progress meter will go up. And here's the Mark 5 research station. Build a metal extractor here. I'm getting slowly pounded, so I'm just gonna. Oops. Yeah, this is really annoying. That's what I'll gain once I take control of this system. That's what I'll gain, and killing this off the data center will reduce the AI progress. I think by 20, but we shall see. Pew pew pew. Alright, let's keep killing it off. Nope, okay, it's just a defender. Again, with the sleeping units, not sure about it, not sure whether it's tutorial mode, but as soon as I even fire anything, it throws tons and tons of units at me. Not happy. There you go, plus 15 AI progress and death of command center. Actually, let's just fight here. Bring the bomber back. I just like this guy because he does a lot of damage. I don't want to lose it immediately. Yeah. Alright. Go back to 5 mark. 112 enemy ships. Where? Uh-oh. What? I think they're cloaked. Alright. I've basically taken this, so I'm going to send my military units back. And probably get attacked through the Edfu wormhole, but whatever. I can retake it if I want to. I'm going to build yet again an economic command center, or little command center. That guy seems appropriate. And I'm going to build a whole bunch of turrets. These turrets are cool. Got 6 of those, and like some of those. A lining turret, and that'll do. Again, Pyramid Dude is the force field generator for my boom. Most of the buildings don't seem to be able to move. Some of them can. So this force field generator can move. Not sure whether it can go through wormholes or not. I'll find that out in a minute. Build. Remains Rebuilder. I really like these Remains Rebuilder. There's also another one called the Cleanup Drone. Removes exploded enemy ship remains to prevent them from being rebuilt by enemy remain rebuilders. Also able to dismantle enemy mines on allied planets, which I suppose is kind of cool. Although, I haven't seen the enemy build mines. What does that mean? It's saying there's still 271 enemy. Ah, there they are. Oh, poopy. Okay. I have to do something about that. Don't know where they are in here. But you guys. We're gonna have to go back through. Yeah. Oh, isn't that great? They haven't got group move on anymore. Save. My guys are just getting sort of murdered. Alright, I think after this planet, I'm gonna go. I think I'm done after this. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. Alright. And see, this is another thing I don't really understand. On this planet, where there are energy and metal harvesters, sorry, where there is crystal and metal for me to build on, I can build metal harvesters. I get the option to build it or not. On the other one, I didn't get the option. So I don't really understand that, but that's okay. I don't have to understand. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna go. I'm starting to get a bit too tired to be able to be interesting, I think. So, that's been the first half or so, my guess is, of this tutorial. After the tutorial is over, I'm going to try, for the first time ever, a proper campaign with somewhere between 40 and 80 planets. I'm going to find out what the game recommends, because I want to beat it in the way that it thinks is a realistic representation of what the game is. And then I'm going to do it. It's probably going to be episode 4. It's going to be one more tutorial episode. I'm going to try to have that up within the next 2 days. It's going to be my guess. Thanks for viewing, whoever stayed along with me for that whole time. It's good to have people doing this with me. It kind of makes it more fun. And I'm going to try to set myself a schedule so that I can get these out at some amount of regularity, and I can make sure that the people who want to watch along while I'm doing it have a regular time to be able to tune in and watch me do this stupid shenaniganery that I was doing. Hopefully you've had fun. It's an interesting game. It's very, very unusual, and it's a big spreadsheet, in my opinion. It's like a tower defense spreadsheet game, which is strange, but whatever. But it's fun, and yeah, that's about it for today, guys. I'm gonna set up some music. I'm gonna save this game so I can restore it next time. Tutorial game. Exit Windows. Thanks for hanging around. Bye bye.